working out of the gun. Fitzpatrick. That's caught at the 1. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Quincy Enunwa from 6 yards away. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recovering. All right, let's focus now on Giovanni Bernard.
I think that's what went down. I know this, having played on the defensive side of the ball, if you do a really good job against a great runner, and you go...
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Not running. Dalton wants to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Holding offense.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. They come up in an offset eye. Here's Bernard. And he will. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. 3rd down, still 14 yards left. All right, here's Dalton. And that's complete to Croft. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Croft, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They kind of calm themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for him.
Fitzpatrick now on 2nd down. Drops it underneath to Forte. They get 6 on the pickup. There's the drive will continue. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a gain of 14 there. And the Jets are going to have a 1st down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Now Dalton, and they'll just simply be looking to throw it across his body, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" A little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. To the air again, Fitzpatrick. And Anderson's got it. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Again, it's Fitzpatrick. He's got time. Still back there. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. And nobody was open downfield there. Looked like a pretty clear throwaway. Yeah, definitely was that. I'm wondering why there wasn't intentional grounding. I know they're saying there's a receiver there in the area. Those darn quarterbacks, they get away with everything. Spoken like a true defensive back, Mr. Davis. Did that come out? It did. Okay. And that one hits the ground incomplete. So now just 4 ticks left in this one. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempt. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there. Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown. How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook? It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that. All right, week 1 in the books. It's just week 1, Charles, but to start off the season this way, great confidence builder. Fantastic confidence builder, and every team we ever talk to always talks about winning on opening weekend, being 1-0, and setting the pace. The team that we saw win today did exactly that. So for the Bengals, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.